I'm live according to YouTube. So sorry, folks, I'm late. I said 12, and it is 12, 10, 12. It's actually 12 p.m. Pacific time here. I was really busy this morning harvesting palm seeds. I was at two different locations harvesting seeds. So what I was doing, I was marking all the seeds, and then I got to tie them up and hang them in the basement. So I just scrambled to get that done. Dara, hey, how's it going? Logan's in there first. Sam's in there. Hi, Joe. So that's what I was doing this morning. So my first stop was a place in town, and hey, how's it going? Aloha. And I harvested just about 100 pounds of seed there, palm seed. And then I went up into the cold Cranberry Valley, completely frozen in there this morning, by the way. Hey, Jason, how's it going? Completely frozen in the Zone 8A Cranberry Valley this morning. And I shot a video, and there was a lot of frost in there, and there's a lake in there with ice on it. That's how cold it is. We have not had any frost here yet. Our bananas are still green, and garden looks really nice here. And our kiwis are fully green too. They still haven't lost their leaves. But you get into these cold areas of Salt Spring. Hey, aloha, Lario from New Jersey, the Garden State. So went into the Cranberry Valley, like I said, and I harvested palm seed. The very first time this palm has produced seed, because I dusted it with male pollen in the spring. And the palm was planted about 20 years ago, and it was not 100% pollination because it was really rainy when I got there. It was nice when I left here, and by the time I got there, it was pouring down with rain. So I'm glad I got one full seed stock off of it, and I gave a partial seed stock to the owners of the place there. So it's been through some pretty cold temperatures. It's seen lots of minus 10 degrees Celsius and minus 15 on occasion degrees Celsius. Can you grow kiwi zone 9A? Yes, Dara, we have lots of kiwis here, and they grow them commercially on southern Vancouver Island. We have kiwis I planted here decades ago. Lots of kiwis on them. Easy to grow. Actinidia deliciosa. Jason, can musabaju grow in zone 4? Yes, I believe they could if you really, really mulched them. You'd have to give them about a few zones worth of protection. So some heavy mulch with leaves or straw and put a tarp over it. Benjamin, the person in Quebec did not protect the red rose cordyla and it died. Yeah, they will not take very much cold. The red cordylines are not that hardy. They're less hardy, a little bit less hardy, I believe, than the green. And Bigfoot's in there, North Carolina palms. They are not that hardy. 18 degrees, and they will never, like, I mean, you're never going to get one to go through the winter there in Montreal. It would be impossible to have any cordyline go through the winter in Montreal. I've seen them freeze here in a bad winter. Okay. We have red cordylines in the garden. We have our biggest ones are the green ones. And there's the biggest cordylines on our island, of course, are the green ones. And they are like trees. They got trunks like that at the base. Big ones. They've been there 30 years, some of them. And on the west coast of Vancouver Island, if you go to Tofino and you cule it, like I say, hi, Jane, aloha, they are like trees. They are tree size. Oh, I was thinking of you, Jane. This morning, Wendy just uploaded a video from Hawaii. I think it was on Maui, though. We were eating poke. I love poke. So if you go to her YouTube channel, Gulf Island Rock, you can see her video she uploaded of Hawaii. Oh, it's not there yet. Sorry. She's in the process of uploading it. And it stopped because I had to do this live stream. Sorry, my bad. Dara, I was afraid to try kiwis because I thought they had to be. No. They're perfectly hardy, and they you get tons of fruit here. Tons and tons of fruit here on Salt Spring Island. So many people grow kiwis here. It's a very common vine. They're actually native to Asia. What is the most hardy cordyline species? Cordyline australis. That's the most common one. Cordyline australis. And oh yeah, no, those handle seaside conditions. Cordyline australis. Look at my videos on them growing right next to the ocean. And if you go to southern England and Ireland and Scotland, there's cordylines everywhere. Benjamin, nice. Can I grow kiwis in zone 5B? You should try Actinidia arjuta isaiah. It's a smaller kiwi, and it's self-fertile, and I believe it could handle zone 5. You should try it, okay? I'm pretty sure it's hardy. Google the hardiest kiwi vine, and it's a self-fertile kiwi vine called, like I say, Actinidia arjuta, ARJUT or GUTA, I believe that's how I spell it, Isaiah, something like that. And it's actually quite good, and you can eat the skin on it, and they're more like a big grape. Now, the ones that we grow here are the fuzzy kiwis, and they're big like that, like an egg, right? And I'm not going to harvest until we get some frost, and we haven't had any frost yet. Cordyline australis, there, so they can grow huge. Oh, massive cordylines in Ireland. There are cordylines in Ireland that are over 100 years old, easy. It's so mild in Ireland, you can grow everything there. Thank you. Next spring, my garden will be sweet. I want to see it. You make videos of your garden, Benjamin, and you will get the views because people love to look at exotic or tropical-like looking gardens in cooler climates. I just watched a video this morning, a couple videos of a guy in Pennsylvania that has many Trachycarpus palms, and he protects them. It takes him, he said it takes 7 hours or something to protect these palms, but they do look very flawless. What he did, he wraps them up with Christmas lights, burlap, Christmas lights on them, and then he put some sort of mesh around them like a cage, like fencing or something like that with more burlap. But it definitely seems to work. They've been there in his garden for about 5 years now and seems to be looking like they're doing very well. Trachycarpus fortunei. That's the one. That's the one, Bigfoot. It is does not need a pollinator, and it is very hardy. Actinidia bria. There's another one called Colomakitka too, which is very hardy. Arctic Beauty. Logan, may I try Mediterranean fan palm? Yeah, you should try a Mediterranean. Try Chamaerops humilis. Logan, I would also suggest you try Chamaerops humilis cerifera. It is the blue, the silver version of Mediterranean fan palm, native to the Atlas Mountains of Morocco. You know, another nice plant you guys should try, and we grow it here, and they grow into like trees, into small trees. They are called Cytisus battendarii, and they've changed the Latin name now, and I'm not too sure. I don't really remember, but it's called a pineapple broom. Okay, look up pineapple broom tree, and ours is amazing. You can see videos of it here. So they get these big tropical-looking flowers on them. They're native to Morocco, and they smell kind of like pineapple, like a tropical fruit. Palms USA is in there. Hello, how's it going? I'll do maybe about an hour live stream today. We actually have B&B guests checking in today, believe it or not. They're looking to buy property on Salt Spring Island. I think they made an offer on a house just around the corner from us, and they're moving from the mainland. And this guy's a palm grower. He's a friend of mine. I've known him for probably close to 40 years now, since the early 1980s. So him and his wife are looking at a place just behind us. It's about 5 acres, and there's already lots of palm trees and bananas growing there. And where this guy lives south of Vancouver, he's got beautiful big palm trees in his garden. So I think they may have sold their place there, and they're looking to move to Salt Spring Island. He wants a little bit milder climate for the winters and growing palms. Toby Josh, whoop whoop, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you in there. And Palms USA and Logan and Bigfoot, everybody's in there. How much would that cost? That house is just about $1.5 million, I think. I think it's about 1.5 million, something like that. Joe, where can I get 3-gallon Virginia Beach sable tomatoes? Pungo Palms Nursery in Virginia. There's a place called Pungo Palms Nursery in Virginia, and maybe if they're still there, you might be able to get some. Planted 3-gallon green Chamaerops. Oh, cool. Nice. I have one silver one, Wendy and I have in the garden. It's been in there for, I acquired it from a friend that passed away. He was a fellow palm guy. He died, and so his wife gave me a whack load of his palms that were in pots, and one of them was cerifera, so that was over 5 years ago. Pineapple broom, yeah, they do. Pineapple broom are awesome. Cool, I hope they ship to Quebec. You could find out. You could also try Cedar Rim Nursery in Langley, British Columbia. Cedar Rim Nursery is an amazing palm exotic nursery. It's a big nursery, but they also have a lot of different palms. They carry usually Jubea chilensis, the Brachias, Sable Minor, Sereno repens, I think they've had in there, and lots of Chamaerops. So you could try Cedar Rim Nursery in Langley, British Columbia, my old stomping grounds. I used to live in South Langley before I moved here, and I used to go to that nursery. They've been around a very long time, and really good quality stuff. It's not cheap, but it's good. Dara, I push the boundaries with my palms. You certainly do. Rare and unusual palms, especially Kentia. And yeah, I hope your palms, I have all of them make it through to spring. That'd be pretty awesome. Kentia palm, I think, actually has half a chance in the mildest growing areas of Ireland. I don't know exactly what area you are in Ireland. If you're near Cork, we know that's a very mild area, probably zone 9B down there in Cork, country Cork, and right near the seaside. They can grow a lot of good stuff there. Should I try Livistona? Livistona chinensis will work easily there for sure, because we can grow them here in sheltered areas. King palm in Ireland, Archonto Phoenix, Cunninghamiana. They actually grow in Brookings, Oregon. There's a big one growing down in Brookings, Oregon. Logan, the blue Mediterranean fan palm is called Chamaerops humilis, very cerifera. You betcha. And at Lion Arboretum in Oahu. They planted one as a 5-gallon plant years ago, and I got a picture of me sitting beside it. It is freaking huge now. It's absolutely awesome. So Cerifera is a really nice one. They got the blue silvery fronds on them like a Brahia armata. And that's another one you might want to try is Brahia armata or Brahia edulis. Dara, I'm in Limerick County, the border between Limerick and Kerry. Cool. Well, I think they're going to do good there. Paul, Mr. Paul from Langley. Cool. Yeah, I was going to say Paul, Cedar Rim Nursery. Paul lives in Langley, and Cedar Rim Nursery is an awesome nursery there for sure. Are there any mature Washingtonia in Ireland? I wonder, Jane, if there are. There definitely are some in England. Paul, we still have not had any frost here at this end of Salt Spring Island. It is absolutely beautiful. I should go look at the low temperature, what we had. Just one sec. Hang on, folks. I'll be right back. The low temperature here this morning, folks, was 3.4, and it is currently 7.2 degrees Celsius here on the very northern end of Salt Spring. But like I say, I just got back from the Cranberry Valley harvesting seed from a Zone 8 area, and there was a lot of frost in there, and there was ice on that lake, like a Pindo or Bismarckian color, kind of like that, yes. And Jane, I wouldn't doubt it if Washingtonia Robusta would work in the south coast of Ireland. I haven't seen any in Kells Bay. Yeah, you know what? They will work there, Dara, for sure. I hope Tea across Judea produce the same. I wonder. We grow it in our garden, but it's not a very big one. Where can I find large Washingtonia in England? In private gardens and also in the Scilly Isles, Jane. If you go to the Tresco Abbey Gardens, videos of that, you should see some mature Washingtonia palms there. Years ago, in our Palm Society journal, one of them, and actually more than one of them, there was a guy with a private garden, and he had a big one, about 18 feet tall. And then there's a guy, another guy in England. He often posts pictures of his Washingtonia. He planted it about 20 years ago, and it's probably close to 20 feet tall now. South coast of England's very mild. How can I make an arid microclimate to grow for Flipper? Grow it under the overhang of your house and protect it well. Let me just get back here to these. Is where you are warmer than Ganges? Yes, it is, Sam, because I looked at the forecast, calls for 32. Yeah, not here. Yeah, we haven't had anything below freezing. We haven't had anything to 32 yet up here. You got to remember, Sam, there's weather stations all over Salt Spring Island. Every single school has a weather station here. And I use the one on Saturna Island. That's one's more like us, but it's not even always 100% accurate because I'm not on Saturna, but it's more similar to my temperatures. I use Environment Canada 7-day Southern Gulf Island forecast. That's the forecast I use. And like I say, give or take a degree or two, but we have not anything to freezing yet. You'll see, I'm going to go do a video of some bananas today. I'm going to Hal's Saloon down the road for some nice deer meat and everything else. He made some deer sausages and meat, and he invited us over. So I'm going to shoot a video of his bananas. I was just up out of Ganges this morning, and the bananas were mush. They were frozen, all brown and sloppy looking. Ours are perfectly green. I just took a picture of them before I got in here. Hello from Russia, comrade. Russia. How's it going, buddy? How's everything there in Russia? Hope everything's all fine in Russia and you're not freezing too badly. Logan, for the blue Mediterranean fountain, should I wrap it? Yes, do that, Logan. Christmas lights in the wintertime would work good. Jane, I thought it would be too wet. No. Oh, for Flifera, yes. But I think Robusta would be fine, Jane, because, Jane, there's big Robusta all over southern Oregon coast in Brookings, and there's some in Gold Beach, and they get about 85 inches of rain annually there. And I'm serious, there are big Washingtonia Robusta there. I've got photos of them. Thank you, Benjamin. My garden is super small. Need to plant. Well, that's good. You're going to have fun doing it, Benjamin. Do you grow? No, but we did sow, Henrik, we did sow some Livistona australis, and another Livistona that I think it was Tropical PDX sent me from Portland. So they're in the baggie right now waiting to germinate. Jane Tang, I thought it's doing well. Good, Dara. You know what? Maybe it will do well for you, and I hope it does. Try growing stuff in Saturna Island. It's the warmest place in BC, warmer than Victoria. Yeah, it's pretty. You know what? There's areas on Salt Spring Island that are comparable to that. It's just that we don't have a weather station in those areas here on Salt Spring Island. And you know what? It's just as warm over in Tofino. Tofino, the minimum temperatures are just as mild as Saturna. And also Mary Island. Go to Mary Island and you go down into James Bay and around Dallas Road. It's Palm Tree Central Station there. You'll see big boutillas and all that stuff down in there. It's 12C in Cochrane right now. Wow, cool. You got to like that. Don't you wish that temperature would last? So it's 7.2 degrees Celsius here. But you got to remember, our temperatures are more consistent. We don't have big swings here at this time of the year. Virginia Beach is massive. Yeah, they're all down Atlantic Avenue, and Virginia Beach is lined with sable palmettos and trachycarpus, and there's boutillas there too. Toby Joss, I have a theory that the dew point is more relevant for total. Oh, interesting. That's possible. It may be. They don't like it here. It's too wet, I find, here in our. It's just they don't like our cool, damp winters. I wonder if Washington will grow in Saturna. You know what? I'm going to tell you something, Jane. There was a Washingtonia, and I'm pretty sure it was a filibuster growing in a garden here for about a decade. And the new owners that bought the place cut it down, but I had it featured a couple of times, 2 times in a Hardy Palm International. It never, ever got protected. The trunk on it was getting really big, and it was getting quite big. The trunk was, maybe about this tall, something like that, and nice big fronds on it. It would get hammered. It looked pretty crappy after most winters, but it always refoliate again. And then the new people didn't like the looks of the crappy looking fronds after winter, so they got it removed. I saw pictures of a massive 100-foot-year-old sago. Oh, yeah, cool. Oh, that's crazy. And the thing is, Virginia Beach, the all-time low temperatures are much colder than here on Salt Spring. But the difference between Virginia Beach and here is they get a lot of heat units. And even in the winter, they can get heat units too. And it's more consistent heat units through the wintertime. Toby Josh, huge healthy flippers all over Dallas. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, it's Trekkie. It's Washingtonia Central Station down there in Dallas. And Tony Cerboni plants a lot of them around his area. Benjamin, I plan on growing a second trachycarpus. My current one too will take extra. Cool. You should. And hopefully, well, they do produce, I think they do produce seed in Montreal, but it's not going to produce hardier seed because they're boxed in for winter. So you got to remember that when you box in a palm, it's like you're growing it in a much milder growing zone. So where I collected seed today from the Zone 8A palm, that's going to produce hardy offspring. What do we got here? To Toby, my mom called you for the needle palms, but you didn't answer. Okay. Needle palms. Gotta love needle palms. The Flipfera is native to Texas. I didn't know there's any palms native to Texas. I thought Flipfera was native to the southwestern deserts of California. Will trachy seeds grow under 5 degrees Celsius? No, they'll slow down, Henrik. They'll just stop. I believe they just stop. So anything above 5, I think more like 8 or so above is probably better. Saturna is drier, Jane. Yes, it is. It's they can be as low as 18 inches of rain annually. Like I say, last year we were 28 inches here on Salt Spring, and I'm sure Saturna was probably around 20, something like that. The outer Gulf Islands are drier than ours. It's I don't know, maybe they're more in the rain shadow, but we're all in a rain shadow. It's definitely drier on the outer Gulf Islands. The Toby Josh, have you been In-N-Out Burger? Oh man, I'm getting hungry again. I haven't had lunch. In-N-Out Burger, darn it. Well, you know what? At 3:30, I'm heading over to Al's Saloon. And we're going to have lots of hors d'oeuvres, right? And there's going to be lots of deer meat because he bagged a couple of deer. There's going to be sausages. There's going to be pepperoni. And there's going to be jerky and everything else. And then they smoke their cheese. It's really good. I know that's why I'm sending it to you. Because BC is mild. It is. The coast of BC is mild. Not all of BC is mild. Trust me. BC is a big province and it can get very cold. Just like Quebec is a huge province. Quebec is bigger than BC, but BC is 2.5 times larger than the state of Texas. So it goes from zone pretty much 0 or 1 to 9A, right? So the warmest growing zone I know here is 9A. Flipfera is native to No. There's no Flipfera native to New Mexico. The Flipfera, California fan palm, that's why they call it a California fan palm. It's native to California. Extend far east. I don't even know if they're native to Arizona. Do you think there's any Flipfera native in Arizona? Will any Mediterranean palm grow? With protection? I think it would be a short-term palm, Logan. Definitely. Okay, and a few locations in Arizona. Okay, and there are actually some in Nevada too. I didn't think there was any native in Nevada palms, but I guess if you're saying so, I'll have to Google that. That's interesting. I thought all the palms were kind of introduced there. The Toby Josh, I was watching a video on YouTube about the Washingtonia Flipfera and his native. Yeah, I never ever knew that to be native to Texas. That would be kind of cool if they were. There's sables native to there. Sorry, sable. There's sable palms native to there. Sorry, I shouldn't say there's no palms native to Texas. There's sable palms native to there. Jane, 18 inches. What is Venus might survive? Yes. In Saturna Island, yes, I've seen Phoenix survive on Salt Spring for at least a decade without protection, and then a bad winter comes along and kills them. There was one along the boardwalk at Grace Point, and a friend of mine planted it around 1998 or 1999, and it was the 2008 December freeze that killed it. And it had a nice trunk on it, and it looked really nice, and it was growing right beside the ocean. And for 10 years, for about 9 or 10 years, it survived there without protection. The Phoenix canariensis, heck yeah. The Taco Cabanas, the miners, heck yeah. The Taco Cabanas, that's cool, Toby Josh. It probably looked cool in front of them with all the palms. Yes, Prince George must be. It gets pretty cold up there. I got a friend that lives up there, and he's actually visited me here. So Prince George is in the center of British Columbia, so it's a long way from here. You got to remember, we're pretty much as southwest as you're going to get. Victoria would be, then we're next. We're in that area. Will any palmetto and Washingtonia palm grow with protection? Yes, I'm sure it will. Yes, with protection, palmetto and Washingtonia palm will definitely grow there. Saturna might not need. It might do okay. Warm Springs, Nevada has native palm. Oh, cool. But there was a debate that they were native or introduced. I wonder, because I've never heard of palms being native there, but maybe they are. Palms USA, maybe they are. There are still some in warm. That's cool. Worms. I'm going to Google that images. Maybe I can get some palm pics on images. Can you please explain the Arctic bowling alley? And where is the Arctic bowling alley? I'm not sure where the Arctic bowling alley is. I consider Arctic outflow winds to be very nasty, and heat units in the wintertime and palms really, the heat loving palms really enjoy higher heat units, and that's something we don't get here in the wintertime. But if you're in Virginia Beach or in Arkansas or southern Tennessee, you're going to get the heat units that those heat lovers like to put on growth. And it actually makes the palms hardier because I think it builds up the sugar content in the palms. So if you're growing, say, Serrano repens this far north and you have the ultimate worst freeze, it might kill it. And you could have the same temperatures down there in southern Tennessee, and it might do okay because it's built up enough sugar content from the heat units. I think that's the way it works. I have an Arctic bowling alley. I would consider the Fraser Valley, the Eastern Fraser Valley, the Arctic bowling alley, because you get Arctic outflow winds, that brutal cold outflow winds that come right straight from through the valley, and they kind of desiccate a lot of broadleaf evergreen plants. Everything that's in their way, it desiccates them. Freeze dries them. I have a triangle palm. Wow, you have a Neodipsis decarii. Crazy. Now that's a tender palm for Ireland. So if it makes it, man, make sure you do an update video. I know of 8 different can grow. I know of 8. Cool. That's cool. Well, you should try them. Give them a try. Go on YouTube and look up palms in Kentucky. I mean, there are people that grow them. I went to the U.S. National Arboretum in D.C. today and saw the famous 50-year-old 10-foot. Oh, is it 50 years old? That is crazy. I did not realize it was 50 years old. I know it's big. And that's the thing. Speaking of heat units, Washington, D.C. gets major heat units, and they also get a lot of high humidity, exactly what a needle palm loves. Rhipidophyllum hystrix love high humidity, and they love high heat. So they can grow in our climate nicely here, but they grow at a lot slower pace or rate because we don't have those high units and high humidity for a prolonged time like they have at Washington, right? So in Washington, they can get 70-degree days in October, and I'm talking probably late October, and we don't see that here. We can get 70-degree days in early October, but you're not going to see them in late October. I also collected palms, spread seeds around stable. Oh, cool. Way to go, palms. That's awesome. Palms USA. That's the way to do it. Benjamin, I heard on Palm talk about someone in Jacksonville growing a coconut. That's interesting because Jacksonville's up there and it can get cold in Jacksonville, and they are subject to freezes like Tallahassee. So I would like to see that. And it doesn't surprise me. Jane posted a picture in my palm group yesterday of coconut palms growing in Hong Kong. There are coconut palms in Hong Kong, and they look absolutely beautiful. So I didn't think there was coconut palms there, but Jane proved us wrong. Jane in Honolulu. Is there palms in Washington? Yes, there are palms in Washington, D.C. Sable minor. People do grow trackies probably with protection, and there's big needle palms growing there. See you, Benjamin. Take care. Enjoy. It's a beautiful sunny day here. I'm going to unplug this, and I'm going to show you what it's doing here again. Okay, we're going to show you out the window before I leave this live stream. And I'm going to do an hour live stream, I guess, and then I got to go do some things. Okay, so this is what it's looking like here. Can you see that out in the garden? What do you think? I see my radio antennas. There's antennas up there. But you can see, I'll give you a little quick virtual garden tour here. I wish I could bring the computer through the outside and walk around. I think I kind of did that once, but you can see the fatsies and you can definitely see all the eucalyptus trees. So beautiful blue sky. There's a Knighton's way over there along the fence line. Wendy's got a lot of eucalyptus growing over along the fence line. And her farm stand is way over there at that driveway. And then at the far driveway, we have a lot of palm trees growing, some nice ones. We have a few driveways here, and you can see the arbutus trees and the evergreen vegetation. So that's what it's looking like here, folks, on Salt Spring Island at 48 degrees north latitude on December 5th. So tomorrow is Wendy's birthday, and I got a good surprise for her. I hope she likes it. Let me plug my mouse back in. There we go. Hope she likes the surprise I got her. I think she will. Put that under here. All right. Did you see that, folks? I have a musabaju growing right now. Right on, Logan. Cool. It's probably good. I don't know if you guys have had frost. Well, we do have full tours of our garden. And I think Wendy just uploaded one recently, and I do have lots of them on the YouTube channel here. I did one not that long ago. I think it was maybe in October, something like that. I'm waiting for some snow. So if we get some snow, we'll do a full tour of a snowy exotic garden. There's sable palmetto in Honolulu. Yes, there is, Jane. Matter of fact, I've collected seed from sable palmetto growing right across from Ala Moana Center in that park. I think they call that Ala Moana Park. And that would have been back in the 1980s when they were a lot shorter, and now they're tall palmettos. So definitely I've seen sable palmetto in Honolulu. I'm trying, Toby Josh, I'm trying to get Asamina triloba establish some of the riparian. Oh, cool. Well, we have a riparian zone here, which is our ravine. It's got a creek going through it. The creek goes into the ocean. You took videos of several palms. Okay, I'm going to have to check them out. Thanks, Dara. Yeah, if you're ever in Canada, come and visit for sure. Jacksonville got down to 33. Well, they've been colder there than we've been here. Isn't that crazy? You're a good man, Toby, spreading seed all over the place. December 17th and January, they can get cold. Last year, it was 95. Yeah, that's hot. It'd never get that hot here. A needle palm with half a foot of trunk. Right on, Toby Josh. I'm going through your comments here, and because they go by really fast. Jealous. Yeah, it's quite nice here in the Gulf Islands. It's green year round. That's what's so nice about it. 10 feet tall, huge 20-year-old trachea at the national that has never. Oh, where's that? Is that in Palms USA in Washington, U.S. in Washington D.C.? You know what? I may have seen that one. That is cool. You know what? That's the one you want to get seed from. If it's a female, that's the one you want to get seed from. Sandor, Ontario. Hey, how's it going, Sandor? Good to see you in there. That's cool. 20-year-old trachea, 10 feet tall in Washington. Gotta love it. Home account. Yes, visit Salt Spring Island sometime. You will like the Southern Gulf Islands. There's lots to see and do here year round. And no, I don't work for the tourist information. Some people think I work for the tourist information because I'm always posting videos of Salt Spring. No, it's just because I live here. If I lived in Yukon, I'd be posting videos of Yukon, right? Or Alaska, I'd be posting. If I lived on coastal Alaska, you guarantee it, I'd be planting palm trees. I had to chop the musabaju down. Winter is supposed to sprout. I never chop them down, Logan. Look at my videos on protecting musabaju. Okay, I've never ever. Well, here I've never chopped my bananas down, but when I lived on the mainland, I used to chop them down the old school way. You should never ever have to chop them down if you're living in a mild enough zone. I bubble wrap the trunks, let the first frost knock the leaves off, and then they regrow out of those trunks in the spring. Dara, I grow a Manambi palm. Got a bit damaged. Wow. That sounds tender. Just the name sounds like it's from Africa or something. Let's see. I'm looking at your comments here. Is there palms? Yes, there are palms in New York. There's one guy that grows them named, I think his name's Fritz. He does protect them. I don't think his needle palms or sable minors are protected, but when it gets really cold, he protects them. But yeah, there are palms, trachycarpus, needle palms, and sable minor in New York. I think he might even have a butia too, but he protects it. Southwest Ohio, October, warmest day of the year. Yeah, it can get really hot in Ohio, especially in the summer. But even October, you can see some very warm days in the Buckeye State. I did a video of the. Okay, I'm going to check it out. Palms USA. Thanks, man. That's awesome. I like seeing big palms in cooler winter areas. That's what makes it more interesting, and that's what turns people's heads. Alaska palms.